Hello friends, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are creating 8 super simple but super beautiful cards. Now I'm using the Crafter's Companion Nature's Garden Nativity set for everything except for those 2 gold pieces as well as 2 gold vellum pieces later. I've picked out 2 of my favorite cardstocks from this set, and it's the blue stripey one and the maroon stripey one. I don't know why, but they just make me happy. So I picked them out. I cut the 2 12 by 12 pieces of paper down into 4 and a quarter by 5.5 pieces of paper. There's extra pieces from that 12 by 12 paper that I just stored back in with that same cardstock because I got 2 of the pads, which each came with 3 pages each of the cardstock. So I keep all the little scraps with the cardstock so I can use it on other cards. Now, in that cardstock pack, there were some of these little die cut pieces that are on thicker paper. And they're die cut out, but they have some little pips to hold it into the paper. So all you do is have to punch it out. I punched out all of them and then was trying to figure out which one I wanted to go on which cards. So I chose this really cute set. Oh, here I'm using some 220 grit sandpaper just to sand off those little pips. So it makes it look a little bit nicer. You could also use your sand eraser to do that, but I, for the life of me, cannot find my sand eraser. And then I'm just gluing it all together. I did not use any dimension, like foam adhesive or anything. You definitely could. I'm trying to save money because I'm sending out like 60 cards for Christmas. And dimension costs money because you got to put more postage on, and I like just putting the one little postage on and sending it out and being happy. So you can see with that 2-step process, that card's looking amazing. Next, I took some gold matte mirror cardstock that I had left over. Like I said before, where I saved that extra stripey paper, I saved the extra gold paper too. So this was from a card a long time ago. I die cut out a gold frame and saved the inside. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to use this again, but maybe. And then I did. Look, today I just grabbed that out of my stock, was ready to go. Simply glued it down in the center. So it's why having a good organization system for your paper is really important. I just finished organizing my paper into a new system, which I am loving. If I continue to love it for the next month or 2, I might make a video if y'all are interested, but it's just so helpful to keep your things together. And like, this matte mirror cardstock is expensive. I ain't made of money. So keeping all the pieces is super helpful because then you don't have to die cut out pieces when you need them all, because wow, that train of thought like completely went off the rails. You can keep a bunch of the extra stuff and use it later, like I did here. That's what I was trying to say. Moving on. The cardstock pack, in addition to having these die cut toppers, they also came with some die cut sentiments, which at first I was kind of like, I'm never going to use them. But I took them out, put them through my Xyron machine to make them stickers, and loved them. It's so nice not having to stamp and emboss and die cut out a sentiment. It's like, that takes so long for each and every card. It's so nice to just be able to stick it down. It's a game changer. I need to figure out where I can buy some more of these. So I picked out 2 for those other cards. I'm picking out these 2 blue ones for this card to make it really, I don't want to say monochromatic because there's 2 colors. I guess there's 3. There's the white, blue, and gold, but to keep it just within those 3 colors. Trying to keep from doing my throw every color at a card. Because I have that problem. It's a problem, and I know and I acknowledge it. I can beat this. The next color of cardstock that I did was the stripy maroon cardstock. And one thing I really tried to do with this cardstock was to cut the paper so that the little falling dots, the gold dots, were all on that shorter edge. So I just had to think about it a little bit. Since I didn't show me cutting that cardstock, I won't try and talk you through it because it'll just be a mess. But just when you're cutting your cardstock, if it does have something like along the edges, just think about that. That's basically all I'm saying there. Next, I'm gluing that to some pieces of paper, which are folded in half. Some card blanks. Oh my gosh. I don't know, guys. My brain's not working. It's 5 o'clock here. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday. I need to be going somewhere doing something. My brain is fried. Anyway, I took those and glued them down to some cardstock blanks or card blanks. I get a ton of those in the craft subscription box I'm a part of, and I never use all of them. So I just have a bunch left over, and it's really easy to just use them as card blanks. So when I want a white card blank, that's what I do. I just grab that. Next, I am going to die cut these 3 different dies. And you are looking at those cardstock papers, and you are thinking, Lisa, what are you doing? That is gonna be crazy. I understand, because I was thinking that thought at this point as well. Actually ends up being perfect. So I'm using this bauble set from that Nativity Crafter's Companion Nature's Garden Nativity set. This was one of the die cut sets in the whole Nature's Garden set. A lot of the word set there, I apologize. And you die cut the 3 different dies out of different color paper, and then you layer them on top of each other to create this whole little scene. It looks adorable. Now, I'm going to tell you the secret. You're going to do the lightest color in the back, the medium color in the middle, and the darkest color in the front. This seems backwards. I understand that. It seems counterintuitive because when you're coloring, you color the darkest to the lightest, right? The front is going to be the lightest. For some reason, in landscape looking things, you put the lightest in the back and the darkest in the front. If you don't believe me, go look on Google and search like a mountain scene, and you will see when there's a bunch of mountains, the mountains in the far back are going to look light and misty, and the mountain in the foreground is going to look dark and bold. So that's what I did. I cut out of the 2 kind of sand ground looking colors for the 2 background, and then I did the maroon for the foreground to kind of match in with that maroon stripy paper we're going to use. But when I put that up against the card, it visually was difficult to see. So I decided to pick out some of this dark blue cardstock, and I cut a strip from the center because I didn't want those dots falling down on it because I thought it'd be too busy. So instead I just cut this little strip out from the center. I actually cut down the cardstock with into some 5.5 by 4.25 sections and had a little bit of cardstock left over, which was just the perfect amount. I don't need to cut a whole strip to fit that whole background. I only needed about 3/4 of an inch to cover the background. So I just did the minimal I needed. Then I glued that down, waited for it to dry a minute by gluing the other pieces for the next one and then cut it out when the glue was dry enough. Next, I'm doing the exact same thing. I just wanted to show you. I do this 4 times and it works out perfectly. It looks like such a little night sky. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. I definitely want to make some more of these. I might have to make a few for my Christmas tree. I think that would be really pretty. And the colors I ended up choosing worked out perfectly together. That is a nice part about using a set like this, is you feel confident that the colors are going to go together. Next, we're putting some gold vellum through the Xyron machine. And this puts sticker adhesive along the whole back. You can do this in different ways. There's those sticker sheets that you peel off one side, stick it to whatever you want, and then when you're ready, you can peel off the back. But I have a Xyron machine. I really like it. And when you need more, you just go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Use your little 40% off coupon and buy some additional sticker stuff. Works out perfectly. And it works great with Vellum because it puts the adhesive along the whole back so you don't see the adhesive. Next, I'm just taking my time and lining that up. You can still see that background, but it's dulled down a little bit so that that little piece that we put all that hard work into becomes the focal image. And I'm just going to glue that down with some liquid glue. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next, all that's left is to put the sentiment on. And again, I'm just going with those sentiments they already included. I go with a purple, I think because I was out of blue at this time, but I really like the maroon on maroon. It keeps that color theme going. I think that a dark blue one would have looked good as well. Here we are at the photos. I think they turned out amazing. I really loved how these cards turned out. I could have made quite a few more. It took me no time at all, and I love when the card making just is so fun and easy and you just really enjoy it. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like this video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Also, I'm working on a Mighty network, so there's a link down below. There are some other videos here if you're interested. Have an amazing, crafty, wonderful day. Bye, guys.